Welcome back to another episode of Attic Antics. We are no longer in the attic because today it is 11:25 on a Sunday morning, and it's a gorgeous day outside. So we're outside. So if you hear some wind chimes, it's because we're sitting in the backyard and there's wind chimes. I'm here today with Isidra.
Trejo. What's up?
What's up? What's happening? What's going on? I'm just gonna just minimize that shiz. Got a calculator right there. Guess what that number is?
What is it?
That's the number of people that applied to UCLA last year times 4, because that's how many essays they had to read. Because my aunt was trying to tell me that they read all the essays, and I was like, fuck you.
No,
you telling me they read that many essays?
No.
The number on the screen is 548,000, but we're not going to get into that. I just said that because that's currently in my field of vision, and blah, 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 blah,
and now we're looking at a picture
blah,
of Wiz Khalifa
and Snoop Dogg just chilling, living it up. Okay, I'm just gonna put this here, and we're live. It's been 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Oh fuck, dude.
Of nothing.
I'm excited.
So, Isidra.
Cameron.
Why do you have a crush on Seth Rogan?
Dude, Seth Rogan is literally just... It's not even like... Okay, I fuck with the beard, and I fuck with the glasses.
Okay.
He's just very much like... nice Jewish dad looking. And
oh my goodness.
I don't know, there's something about that is, maybe it's my father issues that just attract me. But also
that's Freud talking.
Yeah. Get Mr. Quick in here.
Get Mr. Quick ASAP, bro.
Maybe
he'll be like, no, it ain't. It's like you're cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, keep
something
going.
Something about how I'm not Buddhist enough, maybe.
Maybe.
It's just, what don't you love about a guy that smokes a ton of wacky tobacco and is so calm about it? He doesn't like try to force it upon other people.
Yeah.
That's just the way he lives his life. He's so fucking funny too. He doesn't even have to try.
He's so fucking funny. Can't believe how. You ever think about Sausage Party?
Oh my god.
I think Riley was telling me that she thinks about Sausage Party a lot and how like dark and twisted that movie was, and just like
wasn't
it was
there
really
a rape
dark.
Scene in there?
There was definitely an orgy and rape scene with food, animated.
How old were we when it came out too?
Fucking Siri, what year did Sausage Party come out?
Middle school.
2016. We were 14.
14, 15. Yeah. No, we were 14.
We were 14. So, yeah, that was the thing. An hour and a half of just like dark, twisted food journey.
And we were fucking 14 watching that. Jeez.
Shit like
It's so weird. Like, we talk about how much like kids younger than us are exposed to things, but
oh
then
my
you
God.
think about that
fucking
shit.
8-year-olds have Instagrams.
Right? What the fuck is up with that? Didn't like one of Riley's kids request to follow her or something, or ask? That's weird as fuck.
That's weird as
like
fuck.
That they don't even know like the boundaries too that come with social media, I think.
And Riley, like, she sat him down and she was like, guys, you have to, like, do you know what an online personality is? Like, everything you post is what people perceive you as.
Exactly.
And, like, I don't think we even understand that.
No,
as 17-year-olds. Like, everything we post is, and what the public is seeing is correct. If somebody doesn't talk to you or doesn't know you personally, that's all they're getting. Like, that shit blows my mind.
It's so weird.
It's
like
scary. It's kind of spooky.
Do you use Instagram a lot?
No. Instagram, I'm a fiend for Snapchat. I had to set limits on myself. It's like a 30 minutes a day. Because I'll just tap through stories. And, like, they're so pointless. But I'm like, why am I doing this? But I like it. I love it. It brings me joy. I fucking don't understand what's the matter with me. Like, I don't get any joy. I don't have streaks. I don't, like, do any of that because they're so pointless. Like, I had them when I was in, like, freshman year. But then I was like, no, like, enough.
Like, does it bring you genuine joy?
No.
To, like, so you're just...
I'm just tapping away. Just tap. Why, do you use Instagram? Like, Instagram, I should because it's probably more entertaining.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, all the social medias that kind of like. There was one point in like junior year, I would fucking tap through Daily Mail. That's when
Daily Mail.
That's when I knew I had hit my low point.
I feel that.
When I was scrolling through Daily Mail for like 30 minutes.
Dude,
and I was
and
like,
then it hits you when you have to like hide your, like, kind of like shield your phone away from others to tap through Daily Mail. Because you know it's a piece of shit.
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like everything that's wrong with the world. In one like little thing. Like, not even is it, is the concept of Daily Mail everything that's wrong with the world, but it actually shows you everything that's wrong with the world by like what these celebrities are up to and like all the gossip, the hot gossip. It makes me want to actually kill myself, and it's so horrible.
I know, there's a point where I actually started to give a fuck about what was going on in the Kardashian Jenner's lives.
Oh
and then I was like, I should focus on what's going on in my life.
Oh goodness.
Maybe that's the disassociation that comes with depression. I don't know.
Oh.
When you're like, it's really hard, I think, too, for people who are like in that hole of like depression.
Yeah.
To like, I don't know, I think they're like the main demographic that gets so consumed by social media.
That's an interesting thought.
It's easier to involve yourself with all of those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you might be right. You want to dive into that further? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you think, I don't know, if they're so depressed, if the people in this demographic have these issues going on with themselves, then what, is it just because they see other people's, like, imperfect lives through this lens, or in, like, whatever, some cases, perfect? Even though none of us is perfect, like, if you're thinking of, like, people, like, if you're depressed and you're just, like, scrolling through Kylie Jenner's Instagram feed, does that bring you happiness? Like, because then you're seeing her tweet where it's like, oh, I just broke up with my boyfriend, Travis Scott. Now I'm sad.
Travis and I are on great terms.
We're on great terms. Oh, my God, did you see? Hold on. We're going to go into what I just said in a second. But did you see that there was, like, a thread on Twitter where it was a post where it was, like, Kylie Jenner's, her story, it was like, do you guys take everything so out of context? I just happened to drop one of my friends off at this studio that Tyga was happening to record at. Yeah. And then Tyga on his story posted the cap emoji. And I was just like, this is real life. Keeps me entertained, that's goddamn for sure, for about 30 seconds, and then I don't even focus on it anymore.
And then I forget it happened.
Okay, but so...
back to what you were saying.
So what you think? What you, like, I don't know.
I think that there are, like, maybe two aspects of it. I think one aspect is definitely, like, where someone is in that whole depression. It's easy to get sucked into someone else's, like, personality and, like, life and live vicariously through them while you're just kind of like, well, fuck, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to live through this person. And then...
I think a lot of parents do that, too, with their kids.
Oh, for sure.
So do you think that those parents are depressed? Like, I know you're not generalizing everybody that lives vicariously through somebody's depressed, but do you think that there are some, like, symptoms that manifest themselves in parents, like, because of their whole lives being based off of their children?
I think so. I think there's some genuine unhappiness that occurs in a parent's life for, like, them to push so many things onto their kid.
Yeah.
Do your parents do that?
What?
Do they live vicariously through you?
No. But how would I know?
That's true.
No, in my mind, no. I see it, like, they see it, and we talk about, like, that we're aware that it's a thing, and we're aware of other, like, specific examples of parents living vicariously through their children. We see it in our day-to-day lives. Not day-to-day, but just, you know, around us, in our vicinity. And, so we realize that's not a good thing. And so, in some subconscious way, I think that they do. But I think they realize they have their own lives and their own things to do. It's like, it's not like we're around each other 24/7, you know? It's not like they're around me 24/7 and, like, are telling me exactly what to do 24/7. It's like, we kind of do our own things a lot of the time, you know?
So do you think like helicopter parents are like
depressed? Or what?
Not
Sorry.
depressed, they're just like more susceptible to like living through their kids.
Helicopter parents are more susceptible to living through their kids.
Like, do you think that's why they hover around them so much?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that, or do they just genuinely like this person is so much more important than them now that they just want the best for them? Is it like a positive thing more, you know? Like, what do you think about that? Is it more positive, or I mean, it's definitely negative because if you're trying to control your kid's life, but like, do you think a kid would rather have that than like their parent not be there at all?
I think it depends on the whole family dynamic.
Yeah, it all depends on by situation, but like I don't know. Let's try
like in the vast majority.
Yeah.
I think that like in the vast majority, kids hate helicopter parents. That's why they do so much like fuck shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I think in most like TV shows and movies, you see the kids with like the supported parents and all of that stuff, like who are always hounding them.
What TV show are you talking about right now? What comes to mind?
What comes to mind?
Yeah, when you're thinking of supportive parents on TV that like the media portrays, or not media, just like mainstream.
I was watching iCarly the other day.
Straight up.
And I think it's an episode where her dad comes to visit, and he's just like around her so much, and she's so like used to having like Spencer, you know, your older brother, just kind of let her do whatever. That she goes out, and I think she's like, what is it? Like kind of shoplifts or something.
Okay.
So I was just thinking about that as like my specific example.
Okay.
I think when you give a teen freedom and room to grow and expand as a person and learn things like the way they want to learn, it's way better than to have a parent who's hounding you every day, like texting you 24/7, making sure you're at home, like making sure you have all your stuff done. I think maybe that's just how I view it.
Is that what your parents are like?
They used to be, but then they got divorced, so it's like different dynamic.
So it's
now. Yeah.
Yeah, for
definitely
sure.
a lot more freedom now.
Most definitely.
Are your parents like that, or are they pretty chill?
Let me think. My mom is kind of like always is like on me about like making sure I tell her where I am and stuff, but more of it is like they just won't let me do shit. Like they just will be like no.
Just say no.
They'll just say no, and I'll have to just be like fuck. That's why I'm so goddamn good at like finesse. Because I have to, or else I won't be able to like do stuff. A lot of the time, I've tried more recently to just be very honest and very like straight up, like tell them what I'm trying to do, and they're just like okay. And when I have examples like that, like it's good. But a lot of the times, I kind of have to feel out the situation before I like push for like more freedom, you know. Especially like, it depends on the time frame. Like if I'll have just gotten caught for something, then they'll be like more likely to say no, and I'll like, but like I don't know, it's weird how that like works, and I don't know, I get caught a lot, like far more than I probably should have given my experience with not getting caught, and it's just like I don't know. Sometimes when I'll just get caught so much, I'm like shit. Why am I so fucking bad at, like, staying, like, why am I so bad at, like, not getting caught? Like, it's weird. Yeah. Like, I'm like, is there some subconscious part of my brain that's telling me to just, like, just don't care, just stop caring, and then just, like, if you get caught, like, whatever, nothing's gonna happen. Yeah. What was interesting was, like, I got caught, like, big time, right? And they're like, grounded, and, like, grounded is not even a real thing in my life. Like, no matter, like, what thing I do, I'll never, like, actually get grounded. But then it's like, so then, like, it's like, if I have the conscious awareness that I'm not getting punished for these things, then it's like, why don't I grow?
I see what you mean.
But then I'm like, I don't want to think about that. Like, I had a conversation with somebody at work, and like I talked to them. Do you have like those relationships at work where you can talk to your homies about your problems?
Definitely.
Are they like your therapist? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
wouldn't
that.
say more of like my therapist because I think just me personally, I hate feeling like if in any way if I'm like burdening someone with like my problems, because I'm like, maybe I'm too like hyper aware that like they also have problems.
Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, so it's always like kind of more surface level.
Oh, for sure. Where
it's
you don't really dive deep.
No, I think it's.
I have like one or two people that like I'll try to like bounce. I like to like bounce ideas off. I mean, maybe it'll be like their surface level response to it, but like that's better than like nothing, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I try to think like when I'm like. Yeah,
because what are you gonna talk to your coworkers about? The weather?
Yeah, right. No, I fucking love my coworkers. It's like a big reason why like I love my job at Savers, because they're just such fucking homies.
Are they like mostly older than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I mean, no, I have there's a couple high schoolers. They're like all the same age as me. We got like 1, 2, 3, like four other high schoolers, and then there's like I have like a 23-year-old, like a 19-year-old. My fucking bestie is a 25-year-old. He just turned 25. Like they're kind of like, but it's weird like knowing that like I don't know, like we definitely don't make the same exact money because this is like their livelihood.
Right.
Like this is what they're doing like to live, and then it's like I'm like not really doing this to live. I'm just doing this so I can like buy Fortnite skins. I'm kidding, not Fortnite skins. That was a joke. God, Isidra, I don't play Fortnite anymore.
I wish everyone could have like seen the look on my face
Me
soon
too.
as you said that.
Yeah, but like it's just an interesting dynamic because like this person is at this job much more than me, but like they work 40-hour weeks. But like we gotta minimum like these fucking jobs where like I don't know, like why do your people at work why are they at the job that they're at?
Dude, it's always like it's usually like college students. There's always
it's a lot of college
like maybe,
but a lot of people at my work like this their like a lot of them are like older, like like I have one guy. Sorry, you keep your thoughts. Sorry, there's like there were two dudes at my work. They were like 73 and like 74.
Fuck.
Like I'm not kidding. Like this, like it's very interesting to like understand like why they're still working. The reason they're still working is not necessarily for money. It's to get them like out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like something to do.
Type thing.
It's like not even work. It's like a hobby. It's like just like a good time for them. Even though it's not a good time because it's work, but like they enjoy it. Like I have my boy Pete. I fucking love Pete. He's just lived. Like these people with this like much life under their belt, they've just like have so many stories. You can just like talk about them and like talk. And yeah. Okay, so go back. Why do people work at your job that you're working at?
I'd say that like most of the upper management stuff do it for their livelihood and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think that there's like a couple of people who are older.
Like the average grunts, like the grunts that you're like on the field with. Like what about them?
They're college students. That's about it. So they're fucking living, and I'm like, well, shit.
Where do they go? Like most of them.
Like DVC, like they're doing like their 2 years and then like transferring type thing.
For sure.
So they just don't really give a fuck. They're just living.
They're just living it up.
Fucking using their money to buy Molly and shit, you know?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. So are they good like perspectives for you to like bounce shit off of?
Definitely, because it's like.
Because they have like the whole little bit of college under their belt.
They do.
So that's the only like difference between you and them.
That's literally the only difference between us, and they're all so nice and chill because they were in like my shoes at one point.
Yeah.
So
they're kind of very understanding, empathetic.
Yeah, it's like having my older brother back in a sense.
Oh,
or
yeah?
like an older sibling. So it's pretty nice.
That's hella cool. I find it like, okay. So first what I wanted to ask you about is, because we're talking about the 2-year and then transfer thing. Is that like the move Like, you ever think about how much debt we're gonna be in if we go to like a 4-year university? But then like if we just like live at home for 2 years and then like go like and then we'll just do like there's just no debt. You can just like have money. Like you just don't have to like shrink your whole life and bank account and stuff anymore.
Yeah, I
don't like it's but then again like you can't really buy back those years that you're gonna be like, oh, I have to fucking go talk to my mom and dad every fucking day.
There's no way. Yeah, I'm doing the 2 years and then transferring, but I'm moving out.
Okay.
For the first 2 years.
Where are you gonna live?
I'm looking for a studio in like Oakland.
Okay. Oh, that's
it's
fucking
pretty
legit.
Doable actually.
Really?
Once
Straight
you,
up?
Like, Craigslist it.
You live with live with a roommate or two, or?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
sure.
I don't fucking mind it at all, because I know that if I stay at home for 2 more years, with having the freedom of graduated and like making my own money and like going to classes and not being home as much, just all that freedom, I'd kill myself. Like, I'd go crazy.
I agree.
I'd start to like resent my parents, and I don't want that.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Another thing, like looking into the college thing, I don't know. I kind of want to like stay in like an hour, like vicinity, just so that. Or actually, I don't know if the hours like matters, but like near family is like an important thing to me. I don't know. It feels like. If you're so far away, you're essentially like disconnect, out of sight, out of mind, right? And it's kind of like that's like sad to me. So like if you have these years, like we're gonna be adults and like you're gonna see them like every couple whatever, but like right now we're seeing them every day, and like I don't think we really like. I think we take it for granted a lot of the times. Like this time that we're having, they're kind of like these figures that are just like they want the best for us, but they're kind of like fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like just fuck off. But then again, it's like, why do we think this right now? I don't know.
I think it's just because we're so close to the end of it. Like, you know, like the routine of everyday school. We're so close to the end of it. Like, I'd say especially for the two of us, we're like making our own money. So it's like another big responsibility for the two of us to have.
Straight up.
So I think we're starting to finally grasp what adulthood might
real
be
life
like.
Is like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so having your parents around you and taking them for granted becomes way easy, I think. We can do it.
I just want this to be my real life. I just want this to be real life.
I feel that. Everything in there. Yosemite, beer.
Yeah, no, actually. Like, when I was in Yosemite, there were a lot of people around us that lived there. And they're just, like that, and, like, the people that live in, like, Hawaii. They're just like better. They're just like
fucking happiness.
They're just like better. They're just like better people, like to talk to like be around, to like have in your. And if you live in there, everybody's like that. Everybody's like that. You ever think about that? That's why a fucking gap year sounds fire as fuck to me.
Dude, a gap year would be so nice.
No, actually, because then, but like my parents, like when I bring it up to them, they're like, oh, you just want a year off to fucking jerk off. And I'm like, no, I want to, like, live before I have to, like, pay bills and stuff. I'm still going to be paying bills in this fucking gap year because I'm going to have to live and make my own money and, like, do that shit. Like, but you can't buy back, like, these years, you know? That's my thing. I really, like, in a year, I want to just, like, live in Yosemite and live in, like, Hawaii. All I want to do.
Fucking dope,
all I want to do. Just for a year. Like, I'm not. Is that asking too much? I'll work there. I'll make money to live there.
Yeah.
Like, is that asking too much? I don't know. Like,
in the grand scheme of things, a year isn't that much.
It's
honestly.
not. It really is. It'll go by so fast.
It really will.
That's why, like, oh my god, it's fucking years. You ever think about how, like, years go by hella fast and shit?
Dude, it feels like yesterday was fucking 5th grade to me still.
Feels like last week we were in like Miss Parati's class reading fucking Midsummer's Night's Dream and shit like that, and I was Puck, and we were like, we're fairies, but we're having sex with each other, and this is crazy.
Dude, all the fucking maturity that you go through from then
it's
to
a
like
lot,
now.
man.
That's
it's
crazy. Do you ever like walk around and see like freshmen and sophomores and think you're an actual child. Like, they look like children.
They do.
It's so weird.
Like, we looked like that.
I know.
We looked like that,
and then
dude.
just thinking about how, like, seniors would date freshmen and sophomores, like, what the fuck,
That's so
dude?
weird, man.
Right?
That freshman poontang. It's like blood in the water, Isidra. I'm sorry to put that words in the universe, but
on a Sunday too.
Oh my
Christ.
God. I'm sorry, Jesus. Forgive me. Oh my word. Yeah, that's gross.
That's
a thing that people would do. T.
Not to, like, call anyone out.
But like Jay Willie, am I right? What? I'm kidding. It's a joke. Fuck. Yep.
I was gonna
okay,
say,
continue.
Jordan of ours, go ahead.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Jay Willie is the more universally accepted example. But
there's no way you could ever, like, you couldn't pay me enough to be like, fuck that song, like.
Okay, when you're in college and you're like 21 and then it's a 24-year-old, you're both matured. You both can vote. You both can give consent. You're both in the world doing your worldly stuff. In the opposite scenario, one of you has just graduated middle school.
Right.
And one of you is about to go to college.
One of you just started puberty.
One of you
or just got your period.
God.
And like.
Oh my God. People are fucked up, man.
Because then people are also.
But that's not even like the fucking worst thing in the world, you know? Like that, like, I don't know. Maybe, no, that's pretty bad.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna think of like crazy, like more extreme examples. But like, I don't know, it's not really gonna do anything.
I just want this to be on the record. Fuck pedophiles.
Fuck pedophiles. They're fucking assholes. You're such a, like, fuck you. You're a pedophile and you're listening to this.
Yeah, hop off.
Hop off. Fucking goddamn asshole. Stupid pedophiles. Yeah, man, like, they're just fucking. Fuck you, Jared from Subway. Go eat your. Fuck you, priests. Why don't you go, like, pray or something?
Dude, it just makes me so fucking mad to just even think about. So I'm gonna try and not think about it.
I agree. But, like, what can we do? Can we spread pedophile awareness? How do we help these, like, people speak up against pedophilia?
Like, do you genuinely think, like, reform and rehabilitation would help? Like,
to priests?
Like,
or like what?
Just pedophiles in general. Cause it's
pedophile rehabilitation camp?
Like, do you think that would actually work?
No!
Like, exactly.
No! I think they're just... Maybe this is a horrible mindset to be. I think they're just fucked up beyond repair. I don't know, man.
I can like fully say that, like, I know that it's not like the most PC thing to be like to like, think that. Yeah. But honestly, that's just how, like, personally I feel. Like, I grew up Catholic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the old priests at my church was recently convicted.
Oh.
For charges,
Holy shit. Yeah.
So it's just like fucking livid, like, thinking about that. Like,
Holy
how
shit.
any of those kids could be
why
like,
do they
me
do
or
it
my
to,
brothers.
Why do they, like, why is it more
priests?
accepted in the church, in the priest community to do it to, like, young boys and, like, not young girls? Like, why do they draw the line there?
I don't. Do you think it's like?
I don't know, man. I thought homosexuality was a sin.
Exactly.
When did we flip on that one?
Exactly.
Fuck, dude. I don't know.
Fucking Kenneth.
I think it goes back to power. It's like the same thing with cops and shit.
Mhm.
I know I said I didn't want to get into cops, but, like, fucking cops, man.
No, yeah.
Like, why can't, like, I understand, like, that you're like having these, like, life or death scenarios every fucking day, but, like, maybe just, like, take a deep breath.
Exactly.
Maybe practice. I think. Oh my God, Isidra, I just solved police brutality. I just solved. All that we have to do is create legislation instilling mindfulness into every basic training camp.
Yes. Mindfulness, honestly, though?
Yep. That's it. I did it. And then they would be like, I'm living in the moment. I'm not going to kill this black man. I'm going to ask him a question.
I'm not going to racially profile.
I'm not. I'm just going to
treat them as a person. I'm going to
treat them as an individual that would be doing this same thing if they were any race. Yes.
I saw this tweet that was just like talking about it, and it was like most like cops that do that shit, like abuse their power, only do it because they know that they're in a fucking system that's gonna protect them.
It's fucked up, dude. It's so fucked up. You know, I just read chapter 25 of The Hate You Give. Holy shit, man. It's just some fucked up shit. Just to like, I know that's a novel, but it's fucking real life. It's fucking real life, man. Like the same exact scenario portrayed in that book, like happens in fucking real life. Like, fucking, how many people die in like these riots or like these protests?
In the protests?
Do you have any idea? Like, I don't know the exact numbers, but like a good amount, right?
I'd say like the main number is like maybe 20 or like 30.
In each one, or like in the past?
Like average, I'd say.
And they're just like pissed off. It's not like that they fucking hate cops.
They're feeling raw emotion.
It's so, it's just rage. It's just fucking raw rage.
Exactly. How are you gonna tell, like, how are you gonna fucking...
I don't fucking understand how none of these cops get indicted, man. Like, oh my god.
Like the one that the hashtag that we did for John Crawford III.
Yeah.
You could see in the fucking video.
Were you the one where it was like the dude that, which one were you? Give me brief spark notes of that one. I can't remember the names.
Yeah. So, brief summary. He was the guy who had the toy air rifle at Walmart, and this dude called and was like, he's waving it around and like pointing at people. But you can see in the security footage, he's just like holding it and talking on the phone, and the cops just come up and shoot him.
Like, and then, like, they're just, like, good. Like, they got completely... There was no indictment on that, right?
No, he fucking was like... They're like, okay, you can go back to work. Like, my guy.
There's no punishment. There's no...
Not even a slap on the wrist.
Why are they so above the law? I don't get it. Why are they so above the law? I just don't understand.
Where is the separation of power? It just makes me so mad to think about. And, like...
It does, man. It really fucking does.
There's no words to, like, express how fucking terrible it is to just... Whenever you drive, like, near a cop or are being approached by a cop, just be like, fuck, I could die.
Fuck. Yeah. There really aren't, man. There really aren't.
And I don't understand how, like, cops are humans, too.
Yeah.
Like, you were saying the other day, like, to me, you asked me, do cops, like, have a hard job? And I think I said, like, out of just pure, like, anger, like, no, I don't. But then you had, like, a great reasoning, like, they have this job that they, like, you know, they come to every day that they could die. Yeah. And, like, I totally acknowledge that. So, like, I don't understand why they can't have the same, like, empathy.
Yeah.
For other people.
Absolutely.
You know?
Definitely.
And obviously not to say, like, all cops, too.
Damn.
Because, like, you know, it's just...
That's fucking... Okay, I feel like we weren't clear enough, because that fucking... Like, I'm thinking about that right now. That was, like, really good. So, we were talking about how if cops have a hard job, and I think about this a lot, because people, when they're discussing the justification that cops have for the way that they treat people, like, they could always have the possibility of, like, death. Like, being a cop, anywhere you go, if, like, you're pulling up to a window with, a tinted window with a guy blasting music, and you're, like, license and registration, and he's just not, like, agreeing, like, in that moment, you're like, holy shit, like, I could fucking die. I need to, like, I have a gun. This is, like, my safety. This is my only line to safety. Like, if something happens, it's me or him, man. It's me or him. Yeah. But then it's like, they don't, in that moment, they are not thinking that the other person in that scenario is having the exact same thoughts.
Exactly.
Even if, like, that's probably an extreme scenario, but, like, just in any just regular like pulling over or any like fucking stop and frisks, man. What's up with that shit? That's like giving the okay to racial profile. Mm-hmm. They're just like, you see somebody looking suspicious, might be part of a gang, go fucking check them. Go check them out. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's an actual political like issue that people argue about. That is like left or right. That you can be left or right or middle on. How weird is that shit?
That's fucked up, bro.
Oh my god. So okay, sorry, I got off point a little bit, but basically, I'm just saying, why can't police have the same empathy that like, why can't people just be empathetic?
Exactly.
Know,
like
man.
how deep do you have it instilled to you to not be empathetic? I guess.
I don't know, man.
And
I really don't know. So are we basically just saying that because the lack of empathy is like the definition of a psychopath, right? Mm-hmm. So are we essentially just saying that like we're all psychopaths? Like the Black Lives Matter people are psychopaths, the Blue Lives Matter people are psychopaths. We're all just psychopaths because they don't have empathy for them. They don't have empathy for them. We're all just psychopaths.
I wouldn't go as far as say psychopaths. I think it's just that they're so like far up their own ass.
So far up their own.
For lack of a better term.
I get you. They're so far up their own bootay on like
they
what?
refuse to look at what the problem is with other people.
Yeah.
And what they're facing, because in that moment I think it's just like,
I feel like they're only focusing
selfishness and entitlement, maybe.
I feel like they're only focusing on the problem with other people and not themselves.
Yeah.
I feel like so. What were you saying about like?
That's what I meant to say. Like they're focusing on like they're essentially trying to like assign blame.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to take the responsibility and carry it. And like hold the torch and shit. Okay. They just want to pass it on to someone else, so that because it's easier to deal with it.
Yes.
It's easier to not have to take that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're always. I feel like humans are just gonna always do what's easier for them to do to survive and all that stuff. So they're always just gonna like find an easy way.
Most definitely. And with that, we will shift topics.
Let's.
It's
a Sunday like.
Sunday.
It's nice out.
I like Garfield.
No.
Yeah.
Lasagna?
John, give me more lasagna. No, Garfield, you're gonna fucking die. Your cholesterol is too high. You're gonna like actually die if you.
Cats also can't take fucking lactose.
What?
They're lactose intolerant.
Then why do they drink milk in all cartoons and TV? What?
They're not supposed to.
What's the weirdest? You know the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest Mandela effect that you've are aware of?
Bernstein Bears, the original. That fucked me up because I was like, wait. It's Berenstein, right?
Berenstein.
But then.
Bernstein, isn't it?
I thought it was the Berenstein.
What is it? I don't know.
It's claimed that it's the Bernstein, but I was like, it's fucking Berenstein.
So why did so many people think that Nelson Mandela fucking died in jail? Like, what the fuck? Like, was it media or like what? Like what? Is it something just weird in our brains where it's like lack of attention, where then your mind just like creates these false narratives? Like, why are our brains so like good but like so dumb at the same time? Like, why can't our brains like figure out optical illusions?
It's probably because
like,
our brain do you think it's just our brain overthinking?
Is our brain overthinking?
And like,
I think so. I think they're trying to work a mile a minute.
Exactly.
But then it's just like life is just like, you gotta chill out. But our brain's just like, no.
Because is that what deja vu is, or is deja vu when your brain like forgets for a second?
Oh shit.
Did we talk about that yet?
No, we didn't. Deja vu, that's a trip. Like,
do you get that?
I do.
Like,
I do.
So much?
So much. I'll be in my attic and I'll get like deja vu to like no, that's the wrong concept. I get like flashbacks.
Exactly.
Like flashbacks more than a deja vu. Deja vu, I think you're right, where it's like we forget that something happened, but then, or is it you're realizing that something happened? It's like the same as this. Like, is deja vu real? Like, what is deja vu? Sorry, like, I think I need like a clear, like,
okay,
what the fuck are we talking about?
Okay, well, deja vu is like when you're 100% sure that something hasn't happened.
Yes.
But then you're doing like said activity, and you're like, fuck, this already happened.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then that's different than creating false memories.
I got that last night when I was wrestling my cousin. I was like, I'm doing this right now, but like I don't know when I won't be able to. But then I was like, I've done this before. It's like, this has happened. I've seen this. I don't know.
Do you think it's just like your brain takes things that you think are important and wants to like keep?
Had a moment. I don't know, man. I'm tripping out over here.
Okay, well, I have another question.
Okay, well,
think about this.
Sure.
Do you ever have like a dream, and then like a couple months later,
you're like, wait,
pretty sure that like this is happening right now? Like I dreamt it. Does that happen to you? Am I freaking you out?
Maybe.
Because this happened to me.
I don't know if I'm aware of it.
I swear to God, this happened to me. Like, I was like, fuck, Cameron and I are gonna, like, I had a dream that we were, like, except that Riley was here.
Okay.
And Riley's not here.
Okay.
I miss you, Riley.
Shout out.
Just putting that out. Shout out to Riley.
Shout out, Riley. Okay.
But I was like, we were, like, in a backyard. We were doing the fucking, like, podcast. We were talking.
You knew we were gonna be in a backyard?
And it was like...
I didn't even know we were gonna be in a backyard till my mom suggested it to me 2 hours ago. What?
But it's like, did I really have that dream, or am I just like creating a false memory because this is like such a dope and like special thing? You know what I mean?
Say that again.
Is my brain creating false memories because this is something that I think is like so dope and cool that I just want to like keep in here? Like, is this a moment that I want to just fucking savor? And so my brain's telling me. Oh my god. We should talk to Mr. Quick about this.
That's very kind of you to say. I don't know what it is in your mind, but yes, maybe. Sure.
Maybe it's like all the hype leading up to like all your podcast episodes.
Huh?
I mean, like all the hype around your podcast, and I'm just like super stoked.
Who has hype around my podcast?
You hype it up. Riley hypes it up.
Yes.
And I just like, I love the pod, dude. I love the episode with Suey and Paul Jen and Lyle.
Which one was Suey? Because I have a couple with him. He's a pretty goofy guy.
I think the first one you did.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was good.
Yeah. Shit's crazy. I want to talk to Paul again. Paul's like fucking... I want to like... My goal, this is the goal here, to get an episode where I talk with Paul and Lajali at the same time. I think it'll get spicy.
I think it will get
and crazy, but I'll try to mediate it because we're all just human beings.
Do you think anyone will walk out?
No. If they walk out, that shows weakness. That's what I think. If they walk out, it shows weakness. I don't think Paul would walk out, and I definitely don't think Lajali would walk out. No. I damn well know I won't walk out. So.
Just walk out of your own podcast.
Fuck it, I'm out. Peace. Yeah, bro. I don't know. Shit's cray. Shit be cray. What's your favorite Seth Rogan movie?
Oh fuck.
Let's say like top notch. Top notch. Like you can rate 3. Like it's cool. But like your 3 that you've really stood out to you. What do you think? Because Seth Rogen's a cool dude.
It's hard.
It could be a YouTube video too.
How do you?
It could be an interview. The interview.
I thought The Interview was a pretty good movie.
I saw it one time, so I really should watch it again. Okay, before we dive into that, I think that like, do you ever when you're watching like a show or something, and then you're enjoying it in that moment, but then like if you're asked to like recall specific things about it, you just can't, and you're like, did I just waste all that time watching that shit? Like, or was it because like that art is so generally accepted as like, and like TV and shit is like generally accepted as like, this is cool and like this is fun, like you're having fun in that moment, but then if you can't remember it, then like what's the point? I don't know. I think about that a lot. Like yesterday I was watching like season 1 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine with my cousins, and like I've seen the whole show
Right.
I watched it right when it came out. But that was like a couple years ago. Like it all goes back to like memory. Like you can pay for these memories and like pay to like go on like trips and shit. But like if you're not really living in that moment, like it's just not worth it.
Mindfulness, being
100%
there.
So, but then even when you're like, no matter how many times, if you're meditating, right? You're very present in the moment. You're having a good time. Like, you're probably not gonna remember this moment in like 10 years. Right. Maybe because if we're talking about the memory and remembering this moment, this current moment, and talking about the concept of not remembering it, then we will remember it in like 10 years. If you're like, hey, do you remember when we talked about if we were going to remember that one moment in the podcast? You know? I think about it. Like, it's a trip to me. It's crazy. Like, I would think about it when I was at Rolling Loud this last weekend. Like, that shit went and then went. Like, it was just gone. Like, I was so anticipated and then it was there and I was fucking it was amazing and then now it's gone. But, you know, like, and I'm trying to think of, like, the moments. Because Rolling Loud is all about the moments. Like, it's so fucking long that, like, like I can't even like begin to even like think about like some of the shit that like happened there or like what I did. Like, and, like you know, but like it's about the sets, who you find, who you talk to. Like basically, I didn't go with anyone, but like I went with everyone at the same time. You know, like I went and I talked to everyone. I went on the blah 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 blah. I went around blah 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 blah, and I like there were moments. It was about like the moments of Rolling Loud, but then there were lots of moments when I would be in the crowd, and I would be like, look, I would be so squished, and these are the moments that really like stand out to me. I would be like, there would be an arm here of somebody else's because we just couldn't move. We were just like so like hot, sweaty, just like being shoved. Horrible fucking experience like in that moment. But then I was looking up and I was like, am I gonna remember this? Like this agitation, or can I just like push through to the end? Like I would just remember like those thoughts. Like those are the thoughts that when I was thinking about if I was gonna remember, those are the thoughts I remember.
Well, I feel like you remember the things that stimulate you the most. Do you think like when you're feeling all that agitation? That is so much like brain activity going on. You're right. So like, but then on the other hand, that like if you're feeling I think you're right with the stimulation. Like I was like when EXO Tour Life came on, like a mosh opened up, and like everyone was like screaming the words in this like circle, and then like when the beat dropped, everyone like ran into each other, and it was just fucking like insane. Like, and that is like a big memory that stands out. Yeah. I feel it. Shit's crazy. Do you remember a lot, like, when you've been, like, absolutely, like, blasted off of the wacky tobacco? Do you remember a lot of the things? Or do you get, like, the haziness of it? Dude, so you know that song that I made? You made a song? I made a song. No. Made a song on SoundCloud. And what happened, this is a real episode. I'm talking about a lot of stuff. My parents listen to this. I hope they don't. You know they listen to a lot of them? Do they really? They do. And my grandma listened to the Paul Gin one. Think about that. Should. So like, that's why I like, but you know what? I don't want to censor myself because that's not my authentic self. That is true, Cameron. So, like, I was like on the roof, right there, smoked a joint, watched Mac Miller documentary on his whole life, got hella in my feels, got hella like sad, but then like motivated at the same time. Just see, Mac Miller really makes me think a lot about that shit, about how like his internal battle with like depression and just like drug addiction and just like sadness and just like how music was always there for him and just like how that was his passion and like he was so passionate about this and just like
like I'm so passionate about this, but then like if you're not at the top tier passionate about like something, then it's just like whatever, you know. So then after that, I was just like, it was a weird night. It was a sativa strain, so I could not sleep. I was up till 4 a.m. But like I don't remember a lot of the thoughts, but I was having so many. Like I don't remember a lot, but I remember just like not being able to turn it off. It was like a
I know what you mean.
And I just like could not go like, I couldn't make it stop. So I turned on a couple beats and I just like freestyled, and I just like just kept going in on this like beat, and it was just like It was quick. It was a very quick process, but it was also a very long process. Recorded a voice memo for 5 minutes on 2 beats, and I just took that like what I said, and I turned it into a Google Doc, and then I went into like my little attic, and I like went into the tiny room, and I recorded it, and then like over the beat, like in my head, and I had it in my headphones, and I recorded my voice, and then I put it into FL Studio, and then I explained this whole thing to Jake, and Jake was like on the one podcast I did with Jake and Connor, and Jake was like, I was trying to figure out what you just said, but it made no sense. I was like, okay, well, sure. So I recorded it on this software, and then I stuck it, layered it over, like put it right in when I wanted the beat. The beat went in, so it was on beat, and then I just uploaded it.
I gotcha.
And it was so bad. It's like not even good. But like the fact that I uploaded it, I was like, I could upload this, or I could like save it and like polish it and make it better. But then if I don't upload it, I'll have essentially created nothing, and that everything I've just done means nothing. But like I don't know, like that was like my whole tangent of thoughts that was like going in. That was like my thought process going into it, and I just did it, and no one could stop me, tell me it was bad, tell me it was different, or to tell me anything different. And that's what I did.
It's one of your creations, bro.
Huh?
One of your creations.
One of my creations.
That sounds sick.
Yeah, it was crazy. So what were we talking about?
I don't fucking remember at this point.
Yeah.
Wait, let me try.
You said if you remember anything when you're off wacky tobacky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because of memory.
Because I think we're talking about memories and shit.
Yeah. Memory trips me the fuck out, man. Like, if you're happy and you remember that you're happy, like, if you can always tap into a happy memory, and like, why are people sad?
Chemical imbalance.
I guess so.
Like not enough serotonin.
Not enough serotonin.
Like.
Did you feel or like think about anything during Mr. Quick's lecture about the neurotransmitters? Like, did you think about like shit that was like in your own life?
Yeah, I did. And when we were talking about that whole unit, and then like with the different hormones too. Mm-hmm. Because not a lot of people know this, but I have this like disorder type thingy where my pituitary gland is like a little mass in there.
Little mass.
So it creates too much of like some hormones.
Okay.
So that's like it creates a lot of up and downs in moods and like other things.
Is that not bipolar?
That's different.
Okay.
Because this is like something that's like created by like bad eating and like
okay.
Like
so it was like developed. You weren't born with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think bipolar is like what is it? Like different brain waves or something.
Bipolar, what I've looked it up,
Is it?
It's like when you get very high highs and very low lows.
Oh yeah. No.
And then like you can't control when they happen, and you just have to like go along for the ride.
That shit is crazy.
Shit is crazy.
It sounds very hard to deal with.
Good. Okay.
But yeah.
Let's end it right there, and then we'll start a new one talking about other stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Goodbye, fellow podcastians. Thank you for listening to 54 minutes of us talking, if you did that.
Of like 20 different topics.
Yeah. Hi.